It's not going around. That's unfortunate.
I want to welcome everyone to tonight's meeting and remind the audience of the request to address board cards that must be completed and submitted to the board secretary if they wish to speak to an agenda item. Board policy provides for 2 cards. White cards in order to speak to an agenda item, and blue cards to be submitted in order to speak during public comments. Policy also states there's a 5-minute maximum time limit per speaker. Due to the open meeting law, board members are not allowed to address items that are not on the agenda. If you don't want to address the board but wish to give your comments in writing, you can do so on a goldenrod sheet, and all members will receive a copy. Oh, I'm out of order. We need the Pledge of Allegiance. Could I have David lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Roll call. Dr. Bogner, Dr. Boyle are present. All board members except Tiffany Toronto are present. And I did do the welcoming statement. That's when I was out of order. I apologize. Approval of agenda.
Move the governing board approve the agenda as presented.
Second. It's been moved and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Approval of minutes. That's a board meeting held September 6th. Does anyone have any corrections?
Actually, I just have a minor. Just that, I think there was the word change and there were just a couple letters that were transposed. So, other than that,
Weird.
yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
I'll look for them.
What's that? The word change?
Yeah, it was the word change, I think,
Was
just to,
misspelled?
yeah.
Do you want to make the motion to include them as corrected?
I motion that we approve the minutes as corrected.
Second. It's been moved in second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, public comments. I do have one from Mr. David Zook.
Good evening. My name is David Zook, 3517 East Meadowbrook in Phoenix. Thank you, Madam President and Superintendent Boyle. It saddens me that I have to be here this evening. It saddens me that I've spent a fair amount of time over the past 2 weeks mulling over last board meeting in which I was absolutely appalled by the board's behavior. Not necessarily the decision, but the behavior. I don't believe the board would accept students intimidating, coercing, or threatening other students or teachers. So I have a really difficult time understanding how you allowed a parent to threaten you with withdrawing their children from school and then going ahead and voting to allow the name change, because that was that's what the parent wanted. I believe that you've unintentionally backed yourself into the corner of hypocrisy. And as publicly elected officials, I have to hold you accountable. As someone who has voted for each one of you during the past few elections, it's to me absolutely unconscionable to allow what happened happen. Whether you were for the name change or not, to allow a parent to subvert your authority, your ruling authority, has wide-ranging consequences. Lord help the teachers. of the parents' students, with the students' parents. You know what I'm saying? At some point, they're going to come into a conflict with the teacher. They're going to come into a disagreement. Then they're going to go to Ms. Bertamic. Ms. Bertamic may rule in favor of the teacher, which then will escalate the problem even more, and there may be some minor threats that go along with it. They'll go to Dr. Boyle, Dr. Bogner, with their complaints that they're not being heard, that their way is being met. And then they have a decision to make. And you've allowed this behavior to happen, and I just shudder to think that if they are willing to wield that type of behavior, that type of threat on something that is, it's a name change. We are all spirited in the debate, but it's a name change. What will they do when their precious little ones get disciplined, or when they don't get the academic mark that they believe that they should get? I'm just terribly, terribly disappointed in each one of you in the way that you allowed that to occur. And I believe that there's an opportunity for you to make it right. I believe there's an opportunity that you can look Dr. Boyle, Dr. Bogner, the teachers and the principals in the eye and say, if there's anything like this that ever happens again, I'm going to back you. I'm not going to allow a threat from a parent to subvert our authority. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Superintendent's report, Dr. Boyle.
Okay. First, I'd like to thank everyone for your attendance at our governing board meeting this evening. In my hands, I have the newly released Family Handbook on Community Education by the Academic Development Institute and Center for Innovation and Improvement, funded by the United States Department of Education. It was forwarded to us yesterday with the link, and you do have that link in your board bulletin. Maria Paredes forwarded it to us, and in Chapter 3, which you have a copy of at your place, Creighton School District is highlighted as a best practice. Read the chapter, and if anyone else is interested, we can certainly produce a copy of Chapter 3. And also, if you'd like the complete document, Hilda has made several copies, and you're welcome to check it out. And I would again say congratulations to Maria Paredes and all the staff in Creighton District who have worked so hard in the past several years to make academic parent-teacher teams a reality in Creighton District. It's an important thing for families and certainly supports the teacher and the work in the classroom. My second topic is site visitations. Last week, Cabinet had the opportunity to visit all district sites and meet with each principal and their leadership team. Revised action plans were shared and data was analyzed. The focus on high expectations for mastery of performance objectives during initial instruction was explored. The importance of rigorous enrichment activities for students who mastered initial instruction was discussed. And on Thursday during Leadership Council, websites with project-based learning were explored. And the importance of infusing writing into all the content areas was discussed, especially as it relates to reading. We will be visiting all sites again during the week of October 17th. And lastly, a calendar item, this Thursday, September 22nd, Community Council will be meeting in the LCK Multipurpose Room beginning at 6 o'clock. Dr. Spiller will present Creighton School District achievement information. And at 6:30, there will be a community informational presentation on facts related to the capital and M&O initiatives that will be on the ballot on November 8th. The communicator has a list of meetings taking place in September and October, and what we believe is that it did reach households this week. So certainly all are welcome to attend a community council. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. Next agenda item is